Alright, let's take a look at finding the sum of an arithmetic series. The last video we looked at, we were just looking at the mean, and of course the mean involves getting the sum. But what's cool is that we really don't have to add up all the actual terms of a series in order to get the sum. And this is what this video is going to show you. So we're going to start off by just doing a little experiment. I'm going to go ahead and let this series right here equal s. So I'm just going to let it equal s for sum. Now I'm going to go ahead and write these out, not all of them, but I'm going to write this out. And I'm going to go ahead and put a 44 in there because we know there's a 44 that happens right before the 45, and this will just help illustrate the point. So anyway, we have from 4 to 45. We don't even know how many there are, but I'm going to show you how to do that, how to figure out how many terms there are. Now, what I'd like to do next is I'd like to take the same equation. I've set it equal to s, now it's an equation. I'd like to flip it. So I'm going to do the 45 here, write the 45 here, and then the 44 right under that. And then I'm going to go ahead with 43 and 42 plus ... Now, we know that the last two going the other way would be a 5 and a 4. Right? So that's just flipping the series. Now, I can do anything I want to two equations. I can actually add them together. So I'm going to, whoops, didn't even mean to do that. I'm going to add these two equations together, and I get 2s. Now this is interesting. I get 49 plus 49 plus, it's going to be 49 every single time, isn't it? So this is going to turn into quite the interesting little formula that we're going to have. So I have 2s is equal to all of that. Well, let's just figure out how many terms do I have? How many actual numbers would I have? Well, if I'm going to go one at a time from 4 to 45, here's how I figure out how many items it's going to be. So I say 45 minus 4, and it's not 41, okay, like you might think. It's 41. Then we have to add 1. Okay, so it's actually 42 terms. So here's what we can say. 49 is showing up there 42 times, right? So I would rather not add 49 together 42 times. I would rather do this. Just multiply by 42. So we get 2s is equal to that. Well, then we get 2s is equal to, what I get is 2058, and then I get that s, the sum of all of those, is 1029. Pretty cool, huh? So here's what we can actually conclude from this. What we did in this situation here was we added the first term and the last term. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I meant to write a sub n. So we added the first and the last terms, right? Then we took the number of items, okay, there's the n, the number of items, and we ended up really dividing that number by 2. So watch this. The formula for finding the sum of a finite arithmetic series is that right there. And we just discovered how we got it. Pretty cool. Let's take a look let's add this next series, find the sum of the next series, but let's use the formula to do it. Okay? So here we go. S sub n is equal to a sub n, is equal to n over 2 a sub 1 plus a sub n. All right, let's find out how many items we have. It's going up by ones, so I'm going to have 81 minus 37. Well, 81 minus 37 is 44. Well, then I need to add 1, and I know that 45 is how many items. So my n is 45. So here I go. S sub 45 is equal to 45 over 2, a sub 1, which is 37, plus a sub n, which is 81. So we get s sub 45. The sum of all 45 of them is 22.5 times 118. So the sum of all 45 of those numbers is 2655. Pretty cool, huh? All right, we're going to take a look at one more, and this time it's using sigma notation, but we want to find the sum without having to list them all and add them up. Well, let's use the formula. Well, we can use the formula only if we know that it is arithmetic, because what we just showed you was the arithmetic the arithmetic sum, okay, of a finite series. So is it arithmetic? That's the question. Well, it's definitely finite because it stops at 14. So let's do this. A sub 1 is going to be 2 times 1 minus 4, which is negative 2. A sub 2 is 2 times 2 minus 4, and that's going to be 0. A sub 3, and we'll stop there, 2 times 3 minus 4, 6 minus 4 is 2. So yes, it's arithmetic. I'm adding 2 each time, so I know that that's arithmetic. Okay, so we've got that. So let's use the formula. Here we go. S sub, how many do we have? 1 to 14, it's going to be 14. S sub 14. This is automatically telling us to get the sum, so we're going to use the sum formula for arithmetic series. So the sum of those 14 would be this, starting with 14 over 2, and then my a sub 1 I need negative 2, plus, now I need to go ahead and get one more. I need my a sub 14. So let's find that one. So I have a sub 14, and a sub 14, oops, is 24. So I'm going to put the 24 in there. So I have 7 times 22, and that gives me a sum of the 14 of 154. Now you can see that if I have a really large number here, how this would be helpful, right? Really, really helpful. Okie doke. Hope that was helpful to you. Thanks for watching.